What's up, everybody? It's Tea Talking Couch Project, and could you quickly introduce yourself and just share with people?
For sure. Thanks for having me. My name is Zhala Sarmast. I come from Afghanistan. I'm living in Bishkek recently. Through this video, we're going to talk about my journey to the Nobel Peace Prize, which has been the best experience of my entire life.
How old were you when you got this nomination?
I was 16 years old, and it was about like 2 years ago, and now I just turned 18. Oh, yeah. But the experience has been quite amazing.
Oh, awesome. So, why did you get this nomination? How can someone be nominated in the first place?
The members of Italian Parliament needs to introduce you to the Norwegian Nobel Committee, and then they're going to review your background and everything, and they're going to decide if somebody's going to get nominated for the Nobel Prize.
Brilliant. And so what was the reason you got nominated?
The story is quite long. So I started cycling when I was a kid, actually. But when I turned 13 or 14, I was growing up taller. In Afghanistan, I was not able to ride a bicycle because extremists would link it with religion, and they would say that this is not in Islam, and you're a girl, so you have to stop cycling. Oh, okay. So I had actually stopped cycling for a year. I was busy with music activities and stuff. And after a year, there was a music concert, and I met the Afghan national women's cycling team. I didn't even know they existed. So I talked to them, I talked to the coach, I wanted to join the team, but then my mom was not letting me to go there because it was not safe. And all the time they were getting out of the city for their practices and stuff, because inside the city, people will just scream all the bad words, they're going to throw stones and everything.
Because you're a woman who's cycling?
Because it's something completely new in Afghanistan. Because the people have been experiencing war for the past almost 40 years. So women riding bicycle is actually something completely new in the city.
Okay.
We started cycling. We had some cycling tours organized from the capital city, Kabul, to some other provinces.
Was it like road cycling or more like track and field or like dirt?
No, it has been the road cycling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we had security, everything, but still was not very safe. And we went to one of the provinces of Afghanistan, Mazar Sharif, and we went to Bamiyan after. It was quite great. We came back to Kabul, and after that we had good practices, so we had a chance to go to Tour de France. We went there. Fortunately, we got second position among 25 countries. We had good practices, We practiced for 2 months in France, and
sorry to say that, but you don't have the cyclist body, and it's not an insult, not a compliment. Don't get me wrong. But
I will not. Yeah, I know. So we came back to Kabul with positive minds. We're gonna that we're gonna make a change. But unfortunately, we continued practicing. But unfortunately, I was attacked on a bicycle.
Attacked?
I was attacked on a bicycle. So it was Ramadan.
By locals? Or, it was Ramadan? Okay.
Yeah, it was Ramadan, so I had to go for my practices after the dinner because during the day I was fasting and I could not go for cycling and stuff. So I used to go out after 8 o'clock.
Right.
I went out, there was all I remember is a skateboard with a bunch of other people. They just pulled me off the bicycle and my head was bleeding and I called my mom. And I don't even remember much. We went to the hospital. I couldn't go to school for a few days. And after that, one of my other teammates, she was attacked as well, and she was hurt in the back. She still can't do cycling again very well as she used to. So that was something that let us down for some time. And the people, maybe the ones who attacked us, they were thinking that we're going to stop. But we were talking to each other and we said, okay, we could either be a victim or victors. So let's just start back. We organized another cycling races back to the other provinces. And I can't forget, it was in the morning, our coach said that, you're nominated for a Nobel Prize. It was the 1st of April, so I thought maybe somebody's just making fun of me. It was later, we received an email from the Italian embassy. And because it was 1st of April.
This attack went viral?
It did.
Oh, okay.
It did.
So people get this in the news outside Afghanistan as well. The 2 younger cyclists got attacked because of the extremists so how did this committee get the information about you guys?
So what went viral was our practices and our cycling tours to another provinces. There was an American woman, her name was Shannon Galp, and she was supporting the team, and she actually recorded documentary film. It's going to be released soon. She took like 5 years to make it, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing. So our practices and cycling tours actually went viral, and that's why when we were attacked, most of the people got to know about it. The reason that we got nominated for the Nobel Prize was actually because we had the cycling tours, even though some province of Afghanistan are not that safe. And that was the reason. And in the evening, we received an official letter from the Italian embassy in Afghanistan, and they said that we're nominated for a Nobel Prize. And we were all just about to freak out because it was quite unbelievable. And in the morning, because it was 1st of April, we thought that maybe somebody's just making fun of us, but it has been amazing.
So the reason you get nominated because you made a stand, you got down, and yet you continued doing this.
True.
So it's the persistence in the action that put you to the position where you got nomination, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So the persistence.
Yeah, that has been the reason.
Awesome. What about the other person who got attacked as well? Did she get the nomination too, or?
Yeah, she was one of my teammates. Her name was Mariam, and I think she was about 24 years old. Yeah, it was not actually me. It was me with 2 other members of my team. We got nominated for a Nobel Prize, and then, so it was not just me. It was...
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So can you get a bit of more details about this attack? These were local people who believed that this goes against Islam, and you are a woman, you should stay the fuck away from cycling.
That's true, yeah. The people who attacked us were locals, but I wouldn't blame anybody in the country because even though we're trying to make a change in Afghanistan, still in our country we have more than half of its people uneducated, and people have experienced nothing but war for the past 40 years. So that's the reason that they actually don't know what Islam says about woman and man. It's about equality. It's not about women being at home and doing the housework. So that's why we're trying to raise awareness somehow and to let people know that if it's equality, then something that men do, women should also do that.
What was the echo of this act? Not necessarily the attack, but this whole movement that you guys started cycling, raised actually to the point when you were able to attend Tour de France, went international. What's the situation now in Afghanistan? Is female cycling a popular thing, or it just stayed on the same level? And
the reason that we are really happy we could make a change in Afghanistan was that after we got attacked and we continued and we went to Tour de France, now there are a lot of girls who are going to school in their offices with bicycles. And it has been quite effective. So we were able to inspire them, and now they are working for what they believe in. And it has been amazing.
What happened to the people who attacked you guys? Did they get scolded or punished or even imprisoned?
Unfortunately, no, because the first time that my teammate was attacked, we were only 4 people. So the people who attacked her, they just escaped. And the other night that I was attacked, we were just 2 people. So I was just in the ground, and the person who attacked me, he escaped, and we couldn't even figure out who that was.
Do you have any future perspectives about movements like this, that you want to focus more on the rural areas in the world? You want to focus more on female rights, human rights? You know what I mean? Does this event in your life fuel you to continue doing such actions?
For sure. I'm going to continue working for women's rights and equality in my country as long as I know that there's a need to work for it. But what I really want to do in the future is studying astronomy. So what I want to do is completely different from what I'm doing.
Holy fuck. This is the moment where I need to change the angle.
Crazy.
Alright, so you do want to study astronomy?
I do want to study astronomy. Fortunately, I got a full scholarship at Yale College in Singapore. So I will be going there in August to start studying astronomy, and I want to work for education for some in the future.
Is there anyone in the Afghan history flew into space?
No.
Alright, so there's a great potential in this.
But they were not living in Afghanistan, like Afghan Americans.
Hey, the way you live your life, I think after 5 years you will be a Singaporean Afghani or like a global citizen Afghani.
I think a global citizen would be better.
Sounds better title. Awesome, and yeah, even though it's not really related to this, but about astronomy, would you be an astronaut?
I think so. That's actually my lifelong dream and goal, to be an astronaut. That's why I want to study astronomy. And I want to go back to Afghanistan and work for education. And I want to give the other young people an education that unfortunately I was not able to receive myself. I have been truly inspired by my uncle. So my grandfather found the first Afghan symphony orchestra, and in the Taliban period, the orchestra was just completely destroyed. And after that, after years, my uncle came back from Australia, and here we found the Afghanistan National Institute of Music and also the Afghan Symphony Orchestra again. So we have a school for science and engineering, which has a lot of problems and it needs to be fixed. So I want to be a person who can come back to the country and work for science and engineering, because we have a lot of students who are interested in science and engineering, but we don't have a good school or university. So I think I can actually work for that, and students can achieve a very good education from the country.
So on a long run, you would like to give this jump start to the future generation of Afghanistan in the field of natural sciences?
Actually, yeah, astronomy, engineering, and natural sciences.
Oh,
yeah.
Insane! I've been struggling creating content for my project for weeks, and now yesterday your sister was. Oh, by the way, maybe you want to meet my sister as well. She got nominated, and I already knew that I want to shoot an interview with you because it's just so fucking cool that someone.
She told me
when I saw your text, I told her there's this guy and he's looking like for content, and I think he's making videos. And actually, when I wanted you to come here was also because I wanted you to meet her. And like.
Nevertheless, how about the women's right in Afghanistan? How can you address that one as a situation? How can we improve this one?
Of course, there's still a lot of problems for women, and they're struggling to work for what they believe in. But I'm sure if people like us, like the young generation of Afghanistan, if they keep working for equality, then it's going to be completely okay. Maybe it's going to take 5 or 10 more years, but everything is improving. And yeah, every day Afghanistan is getting better, and that's something that makes us really happy. So I think if everybody keeps working, everything in Afghanistan will be improved soon.
Last question. What is the impact you would like to leave on the world? What is your message to the world? Because you're clearly having your own vision build up on the road, in the hospital when you got attacked, through your life story in a number of countries. What's the message on the long term you would like to give to the people?
I would like to share one of my favorite quotes to the other people. It says, actually, when I first said it, my sister was laughing at me. It says, if you're going through hell, keep going. It means that if you're struggling to achieve something, and if it's that hard that you feel like you're going through hell, just keep going. You're going to achieve it. It's going to be hard, but you're going to get it.
In the year when you get this nomination for Nobel Prize, who won the Nobel Prize again?
The president of Colombia, for the peace agreements that he had with some other countries. So I feel really happy for Colombian people because they deserved it.
Nice. Awesome. All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
Brilliant. Guys, you could hear it. You don't need to be fucking 30, 40 years old to make a change in the world. She was 16 when she did this movement without actually even artificial blocks and controls in the system. It's goddamn fucking inspiring. I'm so glad to meet her. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel down in the description, as well as Instagram, where I can share daily stories with you guys. Of course, Facebook is out there for you to get inspired on a daily basis. Guys, you, with a little bit of me, are shaping society. Bye.